Turn up the speaker there. Now why is the sound coming out? Amateur hour with Tom. Oh, at least I know the sound's working. Right. Take the keyboard over. Take the mouse over. Hello. Lovely to see you here, people. Wonderful to be here. Got my hat just to get into the feel of things. Got my mouse. The Bluetooth's not going to reach. I put my computer 2.5 meters away. I don't know why I did it so far. I didn't really think that through, but never mind. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to go through 730 pictures of Nepal, give or take. I did dropped a couple, but I think we should probably start. I need to get closer to the computer because this isn't going to work. Hang on a second. Let's just pop that down. We'll go into main presentation mode. Main presentation. Oh, that's lovely. That is. Oh God, what have I done? Hey Tom, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Right. Let's. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is. Now, I'm coming. Don't worry. Just need to exit that so I can see what's going on. Close that. Click there. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at the transitions. Where's my phone? There I can see the chat. Let's get the chat up. Let's get the donos up in case anyone happens to throw in a sneaky donation. You never know. Always worth checking. Always worth checking. Pop that down there. Tom, you should have done this beforehand. Yeah, mate, I know. God, get off my back. Alright. Okay, that's a bit small, but that'll do. Alright. There we go. Alright. I'm going to have my keyboard over here. Hopefully it'll reach. Oh, I forgot my phone. Forgot my phone for the chat. Say hi if you're watching. Say hi. Type hi. You can do this in the old YouTubes as well if you want to watch it on the big screen on your telly box. But I'm now going to go through all of my pictures. Thank you very much for tuning in. I might sit. I might stand. I've got my boots. Got my camera that I only used twice. I used my phone predominantly, so that was a bit amateurish on my part. But it was very heavy, so I enjoyed carrying that for the entire time. That was a positive. We'll take that as a positive. Let's begin. Day one, Gatwick. We started in Gatwick. Love the age of the title slide. Yeah, I've tried to make sure that we've got a true representation of who I am there available at any given point. Actually, I've got a little stand thing. I've got a little stand. Hang on. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. There we go. Now I can see when people are chatting. There we go. Hi, Tom. Anyone else? Oh, 8 people. That's nice. I might keep the hat on. Anyway, starting in Gatwick. let's begin. Here we go. Oh, Gatwick Airport. Here is myself and Kyle, who is my travel companion. Don't know if Kyle's watching, but if you are, hello Kyle. And we are here at Pure in Gatwick. It was okay. Am I going to rate all the food on this trip? No. Well, quite a lot of it. Anyway, there we are at Gatwick Airport. And here we are. Wow, I've skipped ahead already. So, stories. I'm going to take the hat off, it's a bit warm. Hello, Claire. Can we stay for a moment? Yeah, no, of course. You need to see the airport pictures at least. Before I even set off, my train was delayed. The stress of having a train delayed left my hometown, and this was disastrous. And then my exchanging train was delayed as well, so I was about an hour late. But luckily, I was staying at the Premier Inn at Gatwick, the most premier of inns. So I was quite pleased with that. Carl and I then had a swift pint. I was told I snored very heavily that night. I will blame the Premier Inn and not my vocal cords. But then I was up early the next day, checking in luggage and getting Gatwick. Anyway, here we are at Dubai Airport. I had a very spicy curry, which is documented there. I also bought a bottle of water, which was £6, only to discover that if I'd gone to the vending machine, it would have been 30p. So I felt a little bit mugged off. But, you know, this is the joy. I was quite impressed with the scale of Dubai Airport. I don't know if anyone's been. Anyone been to Dubai Airport? Ruddy massive. Anyway, big fan. Would I go back? Not by choice. So, here we are. Here we are at Kathmandu. We've arrived at Kathmandu. I'd like to introduce you to a third member of the gang. This is Raj. Raj in the middle. He gave us these fabulous scarves on arrival. I should... There we go. Wear it for the duration. Here we go. Fabulous scarf. You'll also notice there's a fabulous horse statue. You can see there. There were quite a lot of these at the hotel we were staying at, the Kathmandu guest house, with very prominent erections, all of them. So that was delightfully hilarious. And we also had some great art in the hotel as well. I was very happy with the art. Right, we need to do introductions. I don't know if anyone of these people are here, but if you are, do say hello in the chat. Here we go. So we have Dora, we have Anita, we have Kyle, Tom, and Raj. There we go. That's the dream team. Raj is our amazing leader who took us through the deepest depths of the Annapurna in the Himalayas in Nepal to expand out. We've got maps. Don't worry. I'll show you exactly where we went and where. Drop my head torch. Don't worry. That night I had dal bat, a delicious meal. It's rice and dal. I think I had some chicken. It was amazing. Kept coming. And the drink that I had there was a apple lassi. Lassi, not the dog. It is a yogurt flavoured drink. It's actually very nice. I was pleasantly surprised. Would drink again. In fact, you'll notice I did. Here are some of the highlights of Kathmandu. This is the Donald fast food tandoori restaurant. I thought it was particularly tasteful. Unfortunately, we'd already eaten, otherwise I would have chosen to go there. But alas, couldn't make it into there. Right. End of that day, day 2. We are going from Kathmandu on a plane to Pokhara, and then on foot to Tapandi. Oh! Donation came in. Thank you very much. Fenton! Ah, thanks mate. Thanks for popping by. Do drop in the chat, Fence. You can admire my scarf. You haven't missed much. Anyway, this is Pokhara Airport. No, it's not. It's Kathmandu, on the way. Because our first flight was not cancelled. In fact, all the flights the day before and the day after were cancelled, but our one wasn't. Yay! I was very pleased with that outcome. Here we are, getting onto the plane. That is me in the bottom left corner, getting ready for takeoff. I've sported this hat the majority of the time. It's got it from Bath. It's wool, brown, sometimes green, depending on how you look at it, and it's wool, and I get quite hot. You will notice sweat marks. we have now made it from Pokhara to another place that I can't remember the name of. We'll find out. We'll see. Oh yes, thank you, Rach. I'm glad you appreciate the on-brand T-shirt. Here we go. Oh, hello, Holly. Holly's also sat in the room. Oh, here we got a video. So this was the drive. It's a little bit bouncy, as you can see. Don't know if the sound's coming through. I'll put the sound on. Hang on. Let's just do the old. There we go. Oh, there was. It wasn't so much a road as it was a cliff, but it was good fun. Here we are in our tourist-only van, which was pretty cool. All of the trucks had broken glass somewhere, which was pretty cool. I like that, but I imagine that was because the roads were mostly terrifying. So what have we got here on the far right picture? That is the gang taking our first step. That is the first step that we are on. Hello, Hannah. Thank you for popping in. Lovely to see you here. Stay as long as you can possibly tolerate. There are going to be some strong slide transitions at some point. Oh, I clicked away. Hang on. Clicked away. There we go. First sign of good word art. You're welcome. Plenty of that to come. So this is the first step of the trek. Raj thought this was an excellent idea to take a first step of the trek. So we are off. We are on. Is there a quiz? I have actually put the quiz thing in the chat. I forgot. It's old. Don't click on that button. Just click the donate button. Send me money. I don't want any of that other stuff. Right. Here we are. Day one. Kimchi, that's where we started, kimchi, to Tapandi. There's the route. That's clever, isn't it? Yeah. Fun fact, pani of Tadapani means water. We're learning. Specifically in Nepalese, just in case you're wondering. So we've started our trek from Kimchi to Tapandi. Here I saw some chickens and there were some young chickens. Also saw some excellent donkeys. The donkeys are used by the villages and the towns to bring goods and food and the like up and down the mountain. They seem to be treated very well. I've been to other countries where I might have questioned the care of the donkeys, but they seemed to be quite happy. That people seem to treat them with quite a lot of respect. I've got some fun facts about animals, but I'm not going to drop them in just yet. But I do have fun facts to throw in. Oh, slide transition. Here we are. So this is our first, well, we didn't stop here, but this was the first village we walked through. It's called Gandruk, as you can see above Kyle's head there. At this point, I think we were already quite tired. The steps were starting to get to us, and we're about 15 to 20 minutes in at this point. Fun fact about Gandruk, this is where the Gurkhas? Is that the right term? Suddenly worried that I've got... Yeah, the Gurkhas, that's where... kimchi. MK chimchi. Oh, I see what you've done there. They're very good fencing. It's, yes, where the Gurkhas are from, so it's quite relatively affluent. They have... it's also a very hot tourist spot, I believe. Oh, here's some... Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anita and Carl posing very strong there. Here's the hotel information map board, in case you're wondering where your hotel is. But we didn't stop here. We stayed only for a moment, and then swiftly moved on to some steps. I think another video is about to play. Let's find out. Oh, look at this. Here come the donkeys. Oh, look at them, aren't they? God, they're so lovely. And they're just wandering around, carrying their wares. Smiley chaps. Yeah, as I say, I thought they were treated quite fairly. Just stop that because it's a bit noisy. Oh, I missed the bridge picture. Never mind. No going back now because I've only got an enter button in front of me. But there will be plenty of pictures of bridges. So here we are at Tadipani. I think I've called it Tapandi, which is a few times by mistake. Never mind. The photo on the left there, those are rhododendron trees. We went through rhododendron forests, and it was just at the peak of blossoming at points. Where we were, the altitude varied from about 2,000 metres to 3,600, and you'll get lots of different microclimates, and different plants grow at different altitudes differently, and so the time when they go off varies from forest to forest. So this one, not particularly fantastic for colour, but I do like the way that the branches sort of contort and shape and function, do their thing. So you'll see lots of tree pictures. Don't worry, I've got tree pictures. Oh, here we go. So here we are at Tadapani. My bed is the one that is not made. Kyle's is the one that is beautifully made. There may or may not be a running theme on that as the event goes on. This was the view from our bedroom. Pretty spectacular. Can't really see any mountains. That will also be a running theme because the weather was bad quite a lot of the time. But was very happy to be here. Also, I was told that there was a hot shower, so I thought I would treat myself to a hot shower on day one. It was actually just a cold hose tap. But by the time I'd turned it on and was fully naked, I had committed. So I had my first very cold shower at a very high altitude. The goosebumps lasted for 6 days. Day 2. Gosh, we're flying through this. I'm only 16 minutes in. It's alright, I'm sure there'll be more pictures at some point. It might not go on until 7:30. We'll see how we go. Day 2. Tadipani to Bailey. Let's see that route. Oh, where's the... Did I do the line? Oh, there's the line. Oh, I should have used gold more often. Gold looks good. Fun fact, it's illegal to kill any animal for any reason in the Annapurna did I spell that right? Conservations area. There's an S for no reason. So we'll see a lot of cows or yaks, and we'll see a lot of chickens, sheep, goats, all of that sort of stuff. None of them are being killed. They're all there for either their products that they provide, eggs, milk, etc., wool, or, you know, maybe aesthetic reasons. They're quite pretty, some of them. Quite liked quite a few of them. Whoa, look at that transition! Slide transition. Do feel free to comment in the chats if you're excited by any of these pictures or have any questions. Here we are about to set off. I should introduce you as well to Shankar, who is he's the one who I didn't name check because we didn't meet him on day one. He came out and joined us, so you'll see lots of pictures of him as well. Here are our boots. Raj thought it was a great idea to capture our boots every single day. I think it's an okay shot. I'll give it 5 out of 10. What was the drinking water like? Good question. So I've got here, I'll hold it up to the camera, hang on. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's like you've planted this. This is my water to go bottle. So it's filtered. But this little beastie, right? I'm not gonna put anything in there I wouldn't actually drink, but any amount of water. It's got this magical filter. Put the lid on, supple away. Absolutely brilliant. Fresh water everywhere. Didn't get a disease. No tricky belly problems. Absolutely fantastic. Fresh. Couldn't taste any chlorine at any point, apart from when I was using the chlorine tablets. But otherwise, yeah, very successful. The drinking water, by and large, good. Slide transition. Don't know what that picture's of. Mountains. I think that might be one of the first times we saw a mountain. I was pretty excited at this point. They get better, I promise. Here is Carl and Shankar walking through another forest. You'll see on the far... I don't know if it's left or right, I don't know what I'm looking at. But there's like a little blue and white stripe on the tree. You'll see, I saw quite a lot of those. Those are marking the paths. The paths were very well maintained. I was incredibly impressed by that. And they've got some really good rules in Nepal now that started on April 1st, not a joke, where you cannot walk in the Annapurna region without at least a guide. Partially, I think this is important. There's been a donation. Stop what you're doing, Tom. Look at the donation. It's anonymous. Thanks, anonymous. Appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. The anonymous donation is greatly appreciated. Can't remember what I was saying. Probably wasn't important. Was it important? Holly, can you remember what I was saying? No, me neither. It's alright, I'll come back to it. It'll come back. You
Can't kill animals.
can't kill animals. That was like 20 minutes ago. Right here. Yes, walking, trees. It's Dora. Sorry, I'm so far away. I thought that was just a tree shot. But yes, there is Dora posing mightily at a peak, and there's me posing mightily. I will give a bit of a talk about how to pose properly in a moment. The slides get better than this. I think I made this when I was a bit tired. The tree next to me, the little glisten of red, you'll notice. Can't walk without a guide. Thanks, Fenton. So, interesting fact, you can't actually walk without a guide in the Annapurna region. This started on April 1st. I said that. It's all coming back to me now. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Partially because quite a lot of people get lost. Although I can see it being quite tricky to get lost. I think it was very well pathed. The paths were well maintained. And it was pretty clear where you're going. But also... I'm glad you're transfixed. Also helps the economy. It's good for the economy. That's what I was guessing at. That's the point I was making. It's actually, it's very, very good to pay people as you go. The accommodation was incredibly affordable. The food was very good value all the way around. And so to be able to support these amazing mountain leaders who trek around here, I would thoroughly recommend. If you are going, definitely... Well, use Raj, obviously, but if he's busy, because he's a busy lad, do go local. Oh, rhododendron, look at that. Pretty. Yum. Oh, the orange thing is. There's quite a lot of plastic. There was quite a lot of plastic. I think that might be plastic. Only in parts on the more... There's been a donation! It's from Moodtastic. Thank you very much, Moody. Appreciated. Thank you. You've just donated in time to see the rhododendron. Plastic. I'll come to the plastic story. Remind me in about 15 minutes about plastic, because there's an anecdote that I can't remember if I remember that. Hope you appreciate the word art. Spent a long time on that one. Wow. Okay. More word art. Butterflies and moths. Here are 4 butterflies and moths that 5! I've just seen a 5th one. 5 butterflies and moths that I spotted all on one window pane. I was very excited. The donkey is just a silhouette of a donkey. That is not a butterfly. I don't know what name they are. I don't know if they are rare or not, but I was impressed. Oh, look at that, I highlighted them. God, I made this days ago. Already forgotten everything. There's, I think I made, 119 slides? So I don't know what slide we're up to, but just to give you an idea. Thank you very much for my stuff. I particularly like the rainbow colour effect. I was very proud of that. Oh, this day was really tiring, actually. I think this is the first, it was constantly uphill every day. So to put some context behind the walk, in the UK, for those UK knowledgey people, has the highest peak of Ben Nevis, which is 1,600 metres from sea level, not from necessarily where you would start. And have we started rating the poses out of 5 yet? No. The poses. The poses will come. I promise. I mean, by all means, drop rates in there. Every single one that I'm in is a 10. Oh my god, my brain is not. Can you remember what I was saying, Holly? No, it's gone again, hasn't it? No, never mind.
Fenton will know.
Fenton will know. Just wait for him to respond. Someone will tell me where I am.
You were talking about Ben Nevis.
Oh, Ben Nevis, yes, to put some context into it. So Ben Nevis is 1,600-ish metres, 1,300, I can't remember, one of those two. But we were every day going up and then down about a Ben Nevis, give or take. So we were going up, gaining altitude, and then dropping off down again. And the first day trekking at altitude, because the way that altitude affects you is it cuts the oxygen. from your... Thanks everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it. It cuts the oxygen levels down, so your blood level oxygen should be anywhere between 98 and 100, generally speaking. And so it sort of will come down when you get to around the 3,000 metre mark, it will start to come down. So we're going up, acclimatising, coming down, but this first day, my word, whoa, look how knackered I look. Yeah, that's a good mountain. Good more rhododendrons there as well. I've used a green frame. I'm pretty proud of that green frame as well. Oh, and that's where our lunch stopped. Oh my God, that hill. Oh, we're still only on day... Oh yeah, that was a toughie. Going up, that was tough. I think Anita will remember this bit particularly. It was relentlessly uphill. As someone who likes going uphill generally, even I didn't enjoy it. Great slide transition. So here, the menus. Now I'm annoyed I didn't get a picture of the menu. The menus were very good. This is what I got when I ordered a spring roll. Yeah, exactly. Is that a Greg's giant pasty and chips? No, that is a spring roll, my friend, and it is bigger than a pasty, and it tasted better than your standard spring roll. That was, and the fact that they can do this. Where, I don't know did I take a picture of the location? Whoa, there's a backdrop. Okay, so yeah, this is where, there's nothing around, and they managed to make that absolute masterpiece of a Greg's. Yeah, there's interesting translation. Yeah, no, the spring roll is, I mean, it's I don't think you could roll it, not for all the tea in Nepal. Here is some more posing. This was a rare opening in the forest, so I thought I would take the opportunity to stand by it. It had started raining at this point, hence the very stylish blue jacket, which has got the sleeves rolled up underneath it because it was still quite warm at this point. And then I pushed on top, and the breathability of Gore-Tex was definitely oversold to me, and my arms were drenched, but I think you're supposed to probably have something between the layers to... Anyway, I had very wet arms, and I probably should have just not put a coat on. But never mind. Slide transition. Here we go, another bridge. Kyle was very good at posing on bridges, as was Dora. Dora would remind me at every bridge that it was time to take a picture, and so I made sure that I did, given every opportunity to do that. Oh, slide transition. And here, oh my gosh, we're not even close. This was such a long day. So we started getting up to a height. There was a bit of snow. The places we were staying, they call them tea houses. They are quite simple, but they're a roof over your head. There's a mattress under you, which I could, better than a tent, much better than a tent. This is actually not where we stayed. I just liked that I sort of blended in with my blue jacket and the blue door. I felt quite pleased with myself. Kyle and Dora were wearing matching jackets, which you will see a lot of at the time. How many steps per day? Oh, I've got the stats. I'll find the stats. Yeah, I'd say about 25,000 steps a day. Oh, I've got the stats though. I do have stats. I'm using my phone for the... I'll share the stats later. There's some good stats. I bought a watch for it. I got so excited, I got a little Garmin. Might stick it on eBay later because I don't know if I'll ever use it again. But it was fantastic for the thing. So GPS tracks my whole route, so I can look back at it fondly. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. That's nice. So we saw a lot of prayer flags. We've had a donation. There's been a donation. Kathy donated £20. Thank you very much, Kathy. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Also to everyone who donated previously. Can I remember their names off the top of my head? No. Let me just quickly read down the list. Thank you very much, Michael, Sophie, Mimi, all of you people. I mean, I'm reading through these names very quickly, but I greatly appreciate it. Lewis, Stephanie, Indy, Nikki, Lee, and Clan, Holly, of course, and Jim, and my mother, Sue, and an anonymous. That might have been me. I think I might have been me. So we'll do this. I'm going to open up. Oh my God, we're at £200. Bloody hell. £200. That is cool. That is cool. Cool. Right. Now I've clicked away. Oh, Tom. Oh, it's a video. Oh, yum. There we go. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Look at that. There we go. So there's the weather. As you'll notice, the weather is inclement weather. The prayer flags, you might have seen those and things. I have a fun fact about them. They represent the 5 rings of Captain Planet. Earth, fire, well, not quite. They represent the 5 elements, so, but I can't remember which colour is which, but it's earth, fire, wind, water. Earth, fire, wind, water. It's not heart. It's not heart. It's another one. It's earth, fire, wind. Oh, space. Look, the sky, space. Yeah, that one as well. There we go. Snow, yeah, it gets snowier. Didn't need crampons, but it does get snowier. Oh, the video started again. Can I just stop it? Oh. Cool. So I'll talk about plastic now. No one reminded me, but then I did say 20 minutes and that was only 11 minutes ago. So at this point we didn't see many people. The route, so Jim, who I'd got in touch with to organise the trek very helpfully, he'd dropped me a line. He's very good. He organises these trips which are slightly less... Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
And then you can get the stats on your phone.
Oh yes, I've got them. Oh, I see. I'll do it in a bit. Thanks, Holly.
What?
Jim, he does a great job of choosing like the not obvious routes, the tracks less travelled. So in the Annapurna region, there is the Annapurna Trail, which is a big circular route, very, very popular. Met a couple of people who'd done it, and they said, I mean, there are a lot of Kiwis, a lot of New Zealanders on the track. But imagine Regent Street, Christmas time. I don't think it was quite that bad, but it's busy. A lot of people, not really the serene environment. So I felt very, very lucky that we'd got this really quite bespoke trip and trek sorted, and I'd 100% use the guy again. Top tier stuff. But we did come across 2 groups of different nationals, which was very exciting. The first of one was on this day. We came across a group of 180 from China who had the government officials with them. They were all carrying Chinese flags and had stickers of the Chinese flag on their forehead. And they were leaving plastic ties to say it's just like orienteering type stuff all the way along. Very interesting, yeah, 180 people. It was a bit overwhelming, but what struck me is I couldn't work out where on earth they were staying, because there is nowhere that can house more than about 20 people. So, I mean, we just walked past this very large group that never seemed to end. Yes, one of the disappointing things that I think from the large groups was perhaps a little bit of a lack of respect for the environment. I assume, well, I couldn't hazard a guess as to why that was, but yes, did notice quite a few cigarette butts and plastic bottles being dropped, which was disappointing to see. But the sort of the more remote we got, the more absolutely remote it was, in quite a literal sense. Here we are, walking. I think there's going to be a thing. I remember doing that. Yes, that's where the drudgery was. Oh yes, this was drudgery day. So that was where I was sat in that chair like this in the blue jacket with the 9 and the 10 next to me. And that was not halfway, I think, of this day. We're still only on the 2nd day of walking, I should add. 2 hours of talking left. Yeah, that sounds about right. Beautiful rhododendron. This is the first red rhododendron I saw. The previous ones had all been pink, so I was very happy with this one. And there is Dora and Kyle in their matching red coats. Very stylish. I, of course, was wearing blue, because I was. But this bit here, we were walking along a ridge, so it was very, very exciting. I had asked Raj earlier if he had seen a snow leopard on this route, because I sort of thought that'd be quite cool to see. I mean, I appreciate there's like one left in the world, but I thought it'd be cool to see. And he'd seen them twice in his time, but not on this route. So that's the end of that story. Bit of a rubbish story, really. There is me. So we were at a corner here where it said Hidden Lake, and we didn't go to the Hidden Lake, probably because it was too hidden. But it was a very fine spot, and yeah, just it was sort of more walking. I think I was a bit tired at this point. And now we've made it to our next location. I finally got my hot shower. It's that pink bucket. It was glorious. They boiled up some water for me. I had to add some cold water because it was so hot. And doused myself in water. It was absolute delight. Joyous, even, I would go as far as saying. I was very, very happy with that. Also, very much liked my hanging portable wash bag thing there. I was very pleased with that. Every time I got it out and hung it, I felt very smug. Usually I've just got one of those little zip ones where you have everything in. This one hung up nicely, very stylish. I think it says like adventure on the side of it, so I knew I was doing something right. Felt very exciting. I like that a lot. There's the hot shower, in case you're wondering. But we've had a donation! Good lord, I wasn't ready again. How do I do the thing? I have to go over here. Have a donation. Hannah! Thank you so much, Hannah. You're so kind. Thank you. I appreciate your donation very much. Did I see Manal, aka no, I didn't see a palace cat. In fact, I didn't see any cat. Oh no, I did see cats. There's some pictures of cats later. But no, that would have been amazing. I would have liked to have seen that. We did see some animals, chickens, donkeys. Right. Anyway, after this, this was my worst night's sleep that I had. Really didn't have a good night's sleep this night. There were some kids saying there, young people, am I right? Oh god, young people. Yeah, they were staying up chatting till like 10 o'clock because basically we were going to bed at 7 every night because we were just knackered. Yeah, that was fun. So here is day 3. Fun fact, at the next place we're going, so from Bailey to Copradanda, is the deepest gorge in the world. Wow. Yes, that's right, the deepest. What does Nepal have? Highest mountain, deepest gorge. Awesome, right? Not interested in Everest, that's an ego trip. But this, deepest gorge, yes please. So there's our route for the next day. Squiggle as you go. Morning. So we weren't staying in those tents were just up. I assume for like overflow or something like that. We had a wooden roof over our head, but that was our morning view. I suddenly thought, yeah, I'm in Nepal now. I'm no longer in Hertfordshire. This felt like Nepal, and that mountain there has a name. Can't remember what it was. So we got up at 6 a.m. Raj said, let's get up at 6 a.m. And I said, yeah, I'm game for that. And it was actually really hard work. But anyway, Anita didn't join us just for that little bit because it was exhausting, and I think it was probably wise to stay in bed because there was no actual view when we got to the top. Well, I'll show you the view. There it is. Oh, there was a mountain goat. Wait, I think I zoom in on it. Oh, the arrow missed. Never mind. There it is. Yeah. I confirmed that is not a regular goat. That is a mountain one. So that was very exciting. Nature. Could have used my big fancy camera. Didn't. Here we are. Right, we've now had breakfast. Breakfast, what did I have most days? Varying breakfasts. I don't know why I didn't take pictures. I'd had a few rounds of muesli with milk, but it was the powdered milk which gave me a little bit of a dicky tum. So stayed clear of that. Had it with water, had muesli with water. Porridge was quite successful. Fruit. Yes, lots of eggs. Eggs was readily available as well. No one asked about the food, but I'm just telling you about it. Right, we're off. Here we go. So this route, we're at a good altitude. I think we're at about 3,100, something like that. We're going to, I think, 3,600. So that sounds like only 400 metres up. Whole day, easy. Wrong. We go down to 2,000. Bloody mental. Anyway, so here is, because we go down and then up again, it means that we get to see some water, because we go through a valley, which was beautiful. Drank some of it in my poison-proof bottle. That was fantastic. I loved every second of drinking from this. Would drink again. I'm kind of tempted to just sort of like go and find some pond water and drink it. Apparently it's fine. Well, at least that's what the advert said. So yes, very pretty water. I took a picture of the guys taking pictures. And what's that a plant of? Let me just get closer so I can remember. Some flowers. Some pretty purple flowers. Yes, we liked those. There were lots of them everywhere. They sort of littered the floor. But I was a fan of those. Oh, slide transition. Shepherd's hut. Let's go for a fact. Oh no, my fact comes later. I'll save my fact. But this is a shepherd's hut. In there, that's where the shepherds go. Wandering around. They're pre-built. Clearly someone had been there recently. There was evidence of life. There were some shoes and a jumper. And there's running water pretty much everywhere, which was good to see. There was no shortage of water, which was reassuring. I think, is there a good pose? I feel like we did a good pose. Oh, look at that for a pose. Cool. And, oh yes, I'm looking inside the shepherd's hut. So they would sit in there. The sheep will go in there if it gets a little bit damp out, of which it did sometimes go a bit damp. Right. We left the shepherd's hut, walked through a forest, and Dora found a tree to hide in. There's a good crack in the tree there. We came to a crossroads. Swanta or Copra? Well, let me tell you, we're going to Copra, but we will later go to Swanta. Exciting. You look forward to that in a minute. A flower. Nice. Nice view. Good, yes. Very good. Oh, look. Oh, sideways, jaunty forest. Yeah, these rhododendron trees, I got a little bit obsessed with them there. I think in one of the guidebooks or something, sort of slightly poorly translated, it says, look forward to the Harry Potter forests. And I thought that was awful. I didn't like it. I didn't like that. Thank you for the comment on the slide transition. There's lots of those. Oh, look at that one. Yeah, it's a bridge. Not a good bridge. This one is, not that necessary. You could actually walk it, but there was a bridge on offer. Here we are, posing by the bridge in the water. I think at this point Dora was almost transfixed by the sound of the water and the calming environment that the rivers provide. Kyle was clearly ready to just keep going. I think he'd eaten a muesli bar at this point. Oh, a plant. I just thought it was quite cool. Thought it was quite a cool plant. Oh, look at that for a frame. Yeah, posing by a river. Yes, I think at this point I started to get quite adventurous. I think I climbed over a rock or something. I don't know if I documented it. Documented Kyle there, posing. It's a good pose. 4 out of 10, I'd give that. A little bit too jaunty. I don't know if anyone watched Eurovision and Daddy Freya doing his cover of You Can Make Me Whole Again, where he sort of puts his hand on his hip and turns and says, You can make me whole again. It's a little bit like that. Good pose. Anyway. Also, you'll notice that he is wearing some very stylish headgear. That is my duff that Holly got me because he forgot a hat. Right, so here I found this. Oh, there were lots of these. It was very exciting. It's not a Venus flytrap, but it's one of those like carnivorous plants. They were growing everywhere. I was quite excited by this. So just to show you what it would do. Yeah, that's what it would look like. Pretty pleased with that animation. So what this is a sign of things to come. The pictures don't do it justice, and I know people will say that, but my God, was this weather. This was weather. Oh, slide transition. We've got the coats on, getting ready. It was just starting to come down. You could feel, you know when you can taste snow in the air? It was like that, but fresher and colder and less oxygen. And you could sort of start to hear the rain hitting somewhere, but you couldn't really tell which side of you it was coming from. There was nothing above you, either for shelter or rain, but you could hear the rain. It was quite intimidating, and then you would just, every now and then at this point, you would hear these big cracks of thunder. But no lightning at this point. We couldn't see any lightning. You just hear these huge cracks of thunder. So I thought it was a good time to get to a high point and pose. Yeah, and then just look out wistfully. Oh, I should make that a profile picture. Cool. Still insisted on taking lots of pictures while it was... now at this point the rain was coming down, hence the hood being up, and the lightning bolts were definitely flashing around us as opposed to above us, which probably was dangerous, but I'm still here, so it probably wasn't that dangerous, I say with confidence. Those big grey clouds on one of the sides left side were scary. And that cable that you can see running there comes from a long way away, and it's got electricity in it. Oh, a video, here we go. I was hoping that some thunder noises would happen. I don't think you hear them, but there we go. It was quite a sheer drop, actually. It doesn't look that steep, but rest assured it was a long way down. I suppose it does look quite steep, actually, looking at it. At this point I was tempted slightly to go for a little jog just to make it more dramatic, but thought better of it because a twisted ankle at this height is not a good ankle. Right, slide transition. Here we go. We've made it. We've made it to Copradanda. Now, something that Raj was telling us quite a lot is just hoping that there would be some rain. The reason being, because there'd been quite a lot of cloud, it's going to cause the cloud to dissipate. So he was quite happy, contrary to how we felt at the time. But it did unveil some mountain to us. This picture here is of me in a band's t-shirt that I took with me, the band Cheek Face. Very cool band. Thoroughly recommend you listen to them. Cheek Face. They're playing in London in a few weeks. I think there's still like 10 tickets left. But I thought I should pose there and share that with them. I got a like from them, so I feel pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool me. Here we are, we're excited. We're excited to be there. There's Anita. We made it. We all made it to the top. We survived. Here's me pointing at a mountain that Raj has said was Tom's Mountain, so I decided it did have a proper name, but that's the name that we're giving it. Oh yeah, I was tired at this point. Kyle was cold. That's Kyle in bed. Thought I should document it. Right, that was the end of day 3. My word, what a day that was. What a day that was. Any key highlights? We'll come to them. Right, next day, day 4. Copradanda to Swanta. Fun fact, this is the shepherd's thing. So shepherds bring their sheep to the highest points in midsummer to cool off. Fact. So we see these shepherd's huts all the way along, and in the summer months they're occupied, and in the winter not so much. Oh, there's the route. Squiggly line. Yeah, this day is good. Now Swanta, it's fabulous. I loved Swanta. We'll talk about that when we get there. But I'm excited. For now though, yeah. There was a mouse. So that night, when Kyle was zipped up with just his mouth through a hole there, he did Kyle get catered for with his veganism? Kyle did very well, actually. We were very impressed. So the thing about animals not being allowed to be killed in that area means that actually the majority of the food is vegetarian, or it's got tinned meat, which I'm not a big fan of. So I ate very veg heavy, and Kyle, well, I mean, I don't know if he's in the chat, he could probably answer that. But yes, they seemed to cater quite well for him, which was good. But being vegetarian was very easy, if you were doing that. Now this little git, this guy. Now that's not actually this is just a picture from like stock footage of a mouse. But Kyle was tied up in bed like that, and I could hear this little scurrying in the room. I was like, there's a mouse. And because I'm not a tidy camper, I'd got my stuff everywhere. And I thought, he's going to get my bag. He's going to have a little nap. This is going to be awful. So I got my head torch out. Got my head torch out. Whoa, flash, disco. It goes brighter than that. Oh yeah, bright. Whoa. So I was walking with that at night time. Anyway, you don't need to see that. So I got my head torch out, shone it under the bed, and I saw it. I saw this little git. Annoyed that I didn't get a picture of him, but he was under there. And I thought, well, there's nothing. Like, what am I going to do? I'm tired. My muscles hurt, and you know, he was here first. This is his house, not mine. So I let him be. Anyway, woke up in the morning. There was a hole in the sleeve of my jumper, about yay big, about 2 inches if you're interested. And 3 of my muesli bars had been devoured. So, well, you know, at least he's probably got some nice nesting from my fleece and had a good hearty snack. I hope his family are well taken care of. the shit. Right, pardon my language. So, here we got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because we were told that this was the best chance to get a good view, and my word, we were there. I was proving they were right. Here we are, the dream team, 5 o'clock in the morning. I look like I'm still in my sleeping bag. We were all a bit tired, but very, very happy to be there. This was a shepherd's hut. We went for a little bit of a walk up the hill to have a look, and the shepherd's hut, you know, they put stuff on top there. I'm guessing a tarp, or maybe some. There's not really anything else to put on top. I just quite like the picture. I think I probably used a filter on that one. Sepia. Believe it or not, didn't know that picture was being taken. Yeah, you wouldn't think so though. It looks posed. Here we are. Anita didn't quite fancy coming up this high, which again, I respect, because the view was the same, just a bit higher up. But it was lovely to be up there, very remote. There was no one else there, which was quite cool. Met a lovely guy from Australia who I think is a lawyer. Bumped into him a couple of times, and he was up there. Lovely guy. Says he comes here every year for 2 weeks and just goes wandering. I respect that. Also, the other day, we came across another chap. He must have been in his late 70s, on his own, technically against the rules, but he was just walking for 3 weeks. He was just off walking. I thought, I wonder if I've met my future self. I wonder if I've just bumped into me in 50-something years' time. And probably is the answer. He didn't look anything like me, but plastic surgery, all that sort of stuff. Here is Raj jumping. He farted so hard it elevated him straight off the ground, and he hovered for a while, so I thought we should document it. Oh, Tom, you and your fart jokes. No, he said, Tom, do you think you can get a picture of me trying to jump, getting my feet and hands to touch? And I said, yes, I will try. And we succeeded, kind of. There were about 40 attempts. This was the best one. Here we are at Copra Dada, and it's got the height there. I'm just going to get closer so I can read it. 3,660 metres up. That's pretty good. This is the highest point we got to. Could have gone a little bit higher. The travel insurance that I'd got only took me to 4,000, so I, didn't want to break a leg at that height. But this was perfect. This was lush. No tourism. Like, it was so quiet. Oh, apart from one hilarious group that I loved. I think they were from India. And I think they were on a business retreat, or something like a business retreat, and they kept basically quoting LinkedIn things at each other. It was amazing. The whole sort of like, the interesting thing is, people leave people, they don't leave businesses. And then they'd all sit around going, yes, that's right. Really, like, insightful stuff, and I laughed a lot. At them, not with them, at them. Very, very much in their direction. But they were very nice people. We had a nice chat. I mean them no ill. Anyway, I think we started walking in soon, just to sort of appreciate the mountains. I was really blown away. So, this like shadowy bit that you can't see any below, like the clouds or fog, that there is the gorge that I spoke of, which is the deepest gorge in the world. You are currently looking at the deepest gorge in the world, kind of. So just appreciate it, soak it in, breathe it in, enjoy it. There we go. Well done to everyone who has lasted this long, by the way. You've nearly survived an hour of this. If you do need to duck out at any point, I'm not having an intermission. That's not how PowerPoint works, if you've ever been to a talk. However, there is an option to donate to charity to allow yourself to leave. You may donate £20 to charity and leave if you wish to. Otherwise, you must stay till the end. It is a contractual obligation. Anyway, carrying on. Deep Gorge. There we go. Right, there's our boots again. I think we're off on day... What day did I say this was? 3 or 4? I can't remember now. Oh, here's the dream team. Ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. Rock and roll. Now, here, this was a key point. I found a rock, thought I should pose. Let's just talk a little bit more about how to pose. So, we've got here, hand on hip, I feel is a really important part of posing well. I think it's power posing. It shows you should own the situation. I like to look off into the distance. I think that's very important. Looking down the lens is giving too much of yourself away. If the eyes are the window to the soul, then you're exposing yourself too much. So I like to look off into the distance. I've seen something inspirational, and in Nepal I definitely have. Also, important to be in a dangerous scenario. There needs to be some form of risk or death, so I'm on the edge of the rock. That's very important. Knees bent. Always have your knees bent, just like if you're getting ready to lift something. And in this instance, I was lucky enough to have a very good piece of bamboo as a walking pole. And I think we can all agree that this looks fantastic. Some other examples, just to remind yourself, this is a picture earlier. This is sort of part 2 of how to pose. I always like to make sure that you've got dramatic landscape behind it, if possible. Keeping the classic LLI pose. I don't know if those are L's or oh, well, I just made that up. And again, making sure smiling and rough hair. I think bad hair is important. It shows the level of stress. Again, looking off into the distance, and bent knees and hand on knee is a strong. And ideally, a little bit of a paunch. You don't want a six pack. You don't want to look ripped. You want to look like an everyday person, and you're welcome for that. Lastly, also the selfie, a very important thing to master as a aficionado of it. You'll notice in How to Pose Part 3. What was that in the background? Why did I circle that? Oh, there's a rhododendron. There's a little rhododendron in the background there. Just one. Highlight there. Always good to show a little bit of the neckline. Always, if possible, use your hands. Thumbs up or point at something. Good to give direction in what one is doing. Try to look with a furrowed brow and try not to look directly into the camera. If possible, have both eyes going off in different directions. And do try and have a double chin if possible. Everyone loves that. Right, spillage. Oh no, Kyle spilt his drink. It was a disaster. Kyle's bag leaked. Everything got wet. It was hilarious. No, it wasn't the amazing water bottle. It was his knockoff brand Camelback that leaked. Disappointing for the chap. Never mind. That's what a rhododendron looks like up close. That's what it looks like very far away. That's a monkey. Now you can't see it, so I Google imaged one. That's where they are. But it's a Nepal grey langur, and it looks like that. And they eat the flowers, the rhododendrons, which are poisonous. So don't eat a rhododendron. There's also a thing in Nepal called mad honey, which is any honey that is made from the flower of the rhododendron gets you quite high. So do be careful when eating honey in Nepal. There they are. Red. That's a good pop of red, isn't it? I like that one. Nice, yeah. Love the rhododendron trees. Huge. Absolutely huge at this point. There's beetle. This was somewhere we stopped for lunch. It wasn't particularly inspirational, one might think, but it was a water generator. Or an electric generator powered by water, I should say. And do you remember yesterday where I said that cable is carrying electricity? It's coming from this water mill, which is quite amazing. So the cables are running all the way up the mountains. You can see them around. Not huge, like they're not intrusive. There's just like one cable, but it's coming all the way from this mill, which is kind of cool. Is mill the right word? Oh, and we're about to start going heavy on the word art. I realised how to start using it, so you're going to see more of that. Oh yeah, there we go. Waterfall, bug, fashion. You are welcome. Right, what do we got next? Food, dal, bat. Again, a lot of dal. Bat, very tasty. Cannot fault it. And everything was made fresh all the time, which blew me away, quite frankly. I honestly can't compliment the food and the chefs enough. Is it on a bridge? Oh, yes, here we go. This is us crossing a bridge. We've had a donation. Stop what you're doing, Tom. Had a donation. Read the donation. Dora! Oh, thanks, Dora. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for coming by. Let me just do... I just have to click a button there. There we go. Ah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, it's very dramatic at the moment. Here we are on the bridge. You've just, I think you're about to see. Oh, I clicked the screen, so I have to move the mouse again. Tom. There we go. There's Raj crossing over the bridge. This was a great bridge. This one. This was a little bit rickety. Felt quite high risk. There's Dora, loving the bridge work. Dora loved a bridge. There's me. I loved a bridge. And now at this point, there's a yak. There's a yak. I was very excited to see this guy. He was there. She was there with her child. I don't know. It could be a man or a woman, but there was a yak. But anyway, it was an older one and a younger one, and they were just there in the ferns, chilling out. I was interested in taking pictures. Shankar was very interested in leaving as quickly as possible because apparently they're quite feisty. So they started following us. We didn't die. It will be a near-death experience story in this entire presentation at some point. I will just warn you about that right now. Holy cow. It's not a cow, it's a yak, but still, the point stands. Right, I was very excited at this point. There's another one. I think it might be a water buffalo. There was definitely a water buffalo at some point. On my way to Happy Valley Lodge. This was in Swanta, and we stayed at Happy Valley Lodge. I don't know if anyone here watched Happy Valley, enjoys Happy Valley, but I did think about... What was the guy's name? James? Was it James? Who's the baddie in Happy Valley? It wasn't James, was it? That's the actor's called James. I can't remember what he's called. Anyway, Tom? No, it wasn't Tom. It was me. Anyway, it was. I kept making jokes about it when I was there. Clearly, they didn't last very long. Right, Swanta. We loved Swanta. What a fabulous place! Great little farming place. They had fabulous crops growing everywhere. Corn. I remember potato, garlic. A lot of garlic. Tree tomatoes. Paula says she watches Happy Valley. That's very good, Paula, but I can't remember who the bad guy is. Tommy. Oh, I was right with Tom. Tommy, yeah, Tommy. Oh, yeah, so I was like Tommy staying in Happy Valley. It's a good show. It's a good show. It's like Swanta. Cats! There we go. That was a 6-week-old kitten with its mum. So cute. So cute. Anyway, there is Kyle and I, me and Kyle, it's 6 o'clock, I'm losing my grammar, playing the card game Shithead. I think I won overall. I think I was the overall winner. I don't think is anyone disputing that in the chat? No. Yeah, so I definitely was the overall winner. Great game. Introduced it to Raj, and I think Dora played a couple of games as well. Fabulous game. Really the best game. Oh, transition. Oh yeah, we saw a giant spider. I was wondering where this was going. I'd forgotten about this bit. The spider was so big, and he was sat right next to me. I don't know. I need something for scale. Like, if I'm using this hat as a scale, and the hat was this far away, and then I do that, it was the same height, same size as a hat, just to give you some sort of idea of the scale. So it was about that big. But the size of a hat, if the hat is at an arm's length, that's how big it was. This is a big spider. It didn't die as well. That was nice. We let him be, because it's a criminal offence to kill anything. Then in the evening we went for a casual stroll. We walked past the local Hindu temple, of which there was a chap busy. He was busy, so he couldn't go in. But it was very pretty. And we had a walk around the town. Lovely town. The Happy Valley Lodge, it was next to the school, to the local school. And when we got there, they were playing volleyball and basketball, and everyone just joined in. Yeah, it was just a big community thing. Everyone just played, and there were no, it was a really nice atmosphere. We just sat there and watched, and it was very inclusive, very welcoming. Loved every second of Swanta. I would stay a week in Swanta Here we, oh, look at us, unposed there. Unposed? Not a word. Raj very much enjoyed taking these pictures, I think, but it feels like an album cover maybe. Not a good album, but, you know, maybe just the B-sides. Yes, a casual stroll. A casual stroll. There we go. Raj had my camera for a while and decided to take some selfies. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I believe those... Oh, do you have a donation? There's been a donation. It's from... I'm looking. It's from Anonymous. Thank you very much. £10. Really appreciate this. We are absolutely skyrocketing with the funds at the moment. Should... swipe that thingy up there. Good Lord. Look at all this money. £240. What did I say I would do when I got to £250?
Show Kyle's.
Oh, show Kyle's passport photo. He's not given me consent to do that, but it's fine. We're good friends. So yeah, another £10. I'll show you the picture. Right. Oh, potatoes. That was potatoes. That was what I was going to say. Sunset. It was a bit cloudy, but the sky did go pretty. Again, the phone doesn't do it justice. It's the Google Pixel 5. It does have a very good camera on it, but just not at this particular moment. Right. Oh my God, these were just spectacular. These were next level fabulous. I can't stress. This one says here, life is a journey of experiences. The inspirational pictures around Happy Valley made my life complete. Let's keep going. Let's look at some more of these. Life is full of wonders. Smile is one of them. Just think about that. Think about that. Here we've got another one here. Clever mind, belong to achieve target at any cost. Just think about important things to think about. Especially on Mental Health Awareness Week. I think it's really important to remember the real boss. The real boss. Of course, this was in Nepal, famous for its lions and cockatoos. And then there were these very interesting pictures that just said words like beautiful and handsome under them, and some Photoshopped children. Each their own. There's some, yeah, it was beautiful. Very, very colourful. So a dog. He was very fine. Didn't have a name, but very happy dog. There he is. We just daggle around. Didn't touch them, didn't want to get rabies, and I hadn't got the rabies jab, so I did stay away from most mammals. But I got close enough to get a cute picture. I think I might have zoomed in on that one for safety. This was the sign above the door into Happy Valley. It's crocheted. Can you believe that is hand crocheted welcome curtains? I've never felt more welcome. And I sound like I'm joking, but I'm being deeply sincere. I've never felt so welcome. The woman who ran the place was the happiest, most joyful person I think I've ever met. Ever. I'm sure we got a picture with her at some point. Maybe at the start of day 5. Anyway, our next walk. Oh, this was a beast. This was the longest day. This was the longest day. Swanta to Ulliri. Ulliri? I don't know how to pronounce it. And I'd ask in chat if anyone could help me pronounce it, but I can't. I mean, you could type it, but that wouldn't help me with pronunciation. So, fun fact: it was just a really long day. Right. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's like twice the length of the normal days we've been doing. Oh. Right, so here we are leaving. Dora, in the red jacket at the front there, is crouching next to the lovely lady. She was wonderful. In fact, I think we're all crouched down because she was quite short. And she just waited on us hand and foot, smiled, giggled a lot. Couldn't tell if she found us funny. Was she laughing at or with? I don't know, but she was lovely. This is me trying to work out how to use the camera, but it came out quite well. So that was successful. And it's feet! For any foot fetishists, I'm sorry, they will always be in boots. So that is, they won't be coming out of those. So do feel free to drop out if that was what you were waiting for. We say goodbye to Happy Valley Lodge. I loved it. can't stress how much I loved it. Really good night's sleep as well. Loved. And oh my god, the shower. Oh, the shower was brilliant. It was a really good shower. Like pressure, hot, chef's kiss good. This is where we're heading off into the valley. We are technically going downhill, but we were told it was going to be a lot of downhill. Felt like a lot of uphill. I feel like we were lied to. I saw some horses. Here we are, a bridge, crossing a bridge. Carl's very happy with the bridge. Now, we've got these bamboo sticks that Raj very kindly cut for us that are very good. And I was worried they were going to fall through the gaps there. That's interesting, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to take a 20-second break while I click my mouse a couple of times because I wanted to get something open. Bear with me. Hold the line, please, caller. I know that I've got this... Next to it, sort of. Copy that. Paste that there. Do that. I'm just going to listen to me doing like admin stuff. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Wanted to see what people were donating towards the polls. Oh, Costa Rica. Nice. I'd like to go there. Right. Anyway, have I got that up there? Yeah, there we go. Now I can see in real time the donations. Oh, it's kind of good for your back sitting in these chairs. This is definitely not like a proper... I was going to stand, but I actually quite like sitting. Right, so bridge, horse... Ah, clicked away again. Tom! Why don't you know how to use a computer?
You've got a question from Dean.
Dean has asked a question. Look at the chat, Tom. What are the nights like? Noisy, with wildlife I mean, banter. Very quiet, apart from one night. There was, there were the youths staying up till 10. No, it was by and large, there was one person who thought it was appropriate to have a big loud phone call at the Copradanda, which Carl and I, we both agreed was very rude. Sort of muttering, so, who do they think they are? Having this chat at this. We did a bit of that. And we did come across... I said there were two groups that we came across that were quite large. The one was the group from China. Another group, we came across a large Russian contingent. And we were warned by them, by the 78-year-old man who I thought might have been my future self. He said, I've left early from Copradanda. He was staying in Copradanda. Because there was a large group of Russians that stayed up drinking vodka until 4 a.m. Oh my god, I've just remembered the local wine. Don't let me forget about the local wine. I'll tell you about the local wine now. We drank it at Happy Valley, and they call it local wine. And wine, I think there's something lost in the translation because it is 100% it's just neat vodka. And when they give you a half pint of that, I mean, I didn't finish it, but my god. Anyway, yes, the Russian group was staying up to 4 o'clock in the morning at high altitude, drinking all of this vodka, local wine. And the next day, when we were walking, first we were warned about them. About 20 minutes later, we could just hear this like thump, like this Ministry of Sound style mid-90s bass is the only way I can describe it, which is very, very particular. And then there was this guy coming, and his backpack was a boombox with a solar panel on the back of it. And I thought, I don't feel like this is appropriate. And there were about 6 of them who were very pleased with the music, and they were like, yeah, we're in Nepal, except in Russian. And then quite a few people looking rather hungover, and then quite a few looking very embarrassed to be affiliated with them. So, yeah, that was interesting. With wildlife, yeah, there was not much in the noise of wildlife, though. Just the loud Russians. Here's a bridge. This bridge was tough. It was a good bridge. And I think Anita enjoyed this bridge a lot. She kept saying, take another picture. No, she didn't say that. I just kept taking a picture. So, Dora, I hope you're still watching. This was... I was very impressed by this. And also, look at this. So, Dora has put her raincoat over the top of the bag to keep it dry. I was blown away by this. I honestly couldn't work out quite how... My bag was arguably too big for anything. But yeah, that's some skill right there. Is this going to be a video? I think it's a video. So this is what people look like walking in the rain. It's not inspiring. I was also having to put on sunscreen as well because the weather was changing quite a lot. So you know that sort of like wet sunscreen skin. We'd got that on. That was a bit of a rubbish video. Never mind. Here we are, very happy. Shankar really making the full use of that plastic there, and I mean, all credit to him. Now this place is called, I want to say Gorapani. Hang on, I've got the map somewhere. There it is. There's the map. I'm just blinded by the light. I hope you very much appreciate this actual OHP projector screen that I've actually got, and it's not artworked in. Right, hang on, let me just get the map out. Tell you where we were, so let's pretend it. We were heading to Gorapani, which means horse water. And this is there. This place here is Gorapani, because not about leading a horse to water, but they didn't have any water or something, and they needed horses to get the water there in the day. I think they had running water when I was there, because that was only like a month ago. But it had been raining, it had cleared, and then this happened. I think I got some videos of it. Oh yeah, we'd just wet and tired. There's a map of Nepal. Never end, peace and love is what they say it stands for. It's nice. Here's me, warming my hands up in my trousers. That's the jumper that got a hole in it. There's the weather coming in, and my God, it came in. Like, I don't know if, again, does the picture do it justice? Like, there's a mountain in those clouds, and that cloud is just lightning. It absolutely crashed it out. Oh, there's a video. That's cool. Yeah, it was. I'd like to say I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if I have. Next, we were going to go up Poon Hill, where it's famously got the best view of the Annapurna range, but we cancelled that because there would have been no view. So at least we saved ourselves about 2,000 steps. What was this place? So we left Gorapani, went to the tourist police checkpoint and got our visas, not visas, kind of like a visa thing checked. Let me just grab it. I've got it here. This is my. Wait, there we go. Ooh, do it long ways and get closer in. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. National Trust for Nature Conservation. Entry permit, entry fee receipt. Mr. Thomas George D. Got permit code on there. 2,655 NPR. That's like... not expensive, but it's not cheap. I think it was at like... what was the conversion? I can't remember if it was like £6 was 1,000 Nepalese rupees. I think that was right. Because we kept just paying 1,000 rupees for things, even though they were 500, because it was like, keep the change. And then suddenly ran out of money very quickly. Classic Tom. Anywho. Yeah, so that was the tourist office, and then that was the local Costco. It was very good there as well. Get all your needs in bulk. There is Dora enjoying a bridge and a shrine. Big fan of bridges and shrines, Dora was. Or is. I assume she hasn't changed her mind. Here's me with my stick, posing by water and a cliff edge. I think by this point I was quite tired. This was definitely the longest day, and I felt the need to take pictures even though it wasn't necessarily required. Until we saw the goats of Annapurna. These goats are not mountain goats, they're just regular goats, but they were very agile and they enjoyed standing on things, and I was highly entertained by the goats. Big fan of goats. There's a rainbow. We saw a rainbow, that was reassuring. And posed a bit. Oh, I'm starting to get a bit tired now. How do people do these like 24-hour streams? I'm tired after an hour. Here's some chickens. I think this is a video. I have a video of some chickens. What are they doing? Crazy. Yeah, it's just scratching. Just having a little scratch. Is it? Yeah, it's still going. Yeah, I think it's stopped now. Great video. Oh, they take breaks, yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. Right. It's PowerPoint. You don't break during PowerPoint. This was the menu. I took a picture of the outside. Forgot to take a picture of the inside to show you what was on offer. But I thought it was very tastefully designed. Oh shit! Thanks, Rach. Yeah, remember to have a drink. You get quite parched, don't you? It's talking constantly is exhausting. Have a drink, Tom. Have a drink. Thank you. Oh, the rain stopped and the mountains came out. This was glorious. Finally, some blue sky. Here we are at Ullery Place. Is it the place? I think I'm actually at breakfast. Maybe it was, no, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I was very happy at this point. Got to see fine mountain, good valley, Nepalese flag. Fun fact about the Nepalese flag, it is the only flag in the world that is made up of 2 triangles. There you go. I'm having a very bad coffee, but no one is judging. It's you're really only going to get instant out there. That's fine. Here's some pictures. Oh, we've got a video of, I think, me climbing out of a window. The roof terrace didn't have a door onto it. You had to go downstairs and then up some stairs, but our window did go directly onto it, so I felt like this was a good idea. Gave me flashbacks to when I locked myself out of the house, actually. Yes, this was a good moment, a proud moment for Tom as he climbs out the window and poses. I should have saved that one for the double thumbs. What a pose. What a pose. Proud of that. Right, here we are having breakfast at the table, posing with a mountain. Beautiful stuff. Right, day 6. This is the last day walking. We're getting to the end. We're not going to be having to go till 7:30. Don't worry, guys. Not going to. We'll get to skive off early. I mean, I can answer questions, but we can skive off early. It's a Friday, right? I want to go down to the pub. You don't want to watch this. This is also streaming on YouTube. I didn't even bother to look if anyone was chatting in there, but it's there if you want it. Right, next route. Fun fact, this day included 3,152 steps downhill. An actual staircase steps, purpose built, and every single one of them was unevenly spaced apart, and my god, wow. Anyway, there's our squiggly route. We go off the map. That's how far we go. So we say goodbye to this glorious place. Oh, this had a hot shower as well. I forgot about that. I mean, I didn't. I wrote it in, but I would have forgotten if I hadn't written it there. We had an ensuite. This was luxury. Carl and I shared a room, separate beds, but this was the first place that had an ensuite. That was absolute delight. The water was not that hot, but that's fine. So here's some steps. Here we did lots of steps. Something about H and Claire. A joke about steps. There were so many steps. There were 5,678. I don't know. I was thinking I would think of a joke, and clearly Anyway, a lot of steps. There's me posing with some steps. Still some steps, bit of mountain and some steps there. Kyle proudly posing with a step and a chimney, apparently. Now that is a good pose, you'll see there. Using the stick to its fullest potential, staring off into the distance, not directly looking in the camera. No offence, Dora, but you are looking into the lens, which is against my rules. Here is... Oh yeah, I start to get a bit creative with the animations now. Some more steps. Some more steps. And then the step stopped. We get to a bridge. Excellent. Kyle absolutely smashed that pose. I will post all these pictures online so you can look at that one picture of Kyle over and over again. Love this bridge, but also noticed there was a little path next to the bridge going down. It was a long way down, but I insisted. I was like, guys, we should go and explore this river, and I loved it. This was great. I was very happy here. I could have stayed here a very long time. I did say that all the feet would stay in boots. I'm sorry. There is some feet. They're in water, but I apologise. There is I love this place. beautiful, serene, so quiet. Just the sound of running water and my loud voice, because I do talk a lot. Put my head in the water. That was nice. It's refreshing. I thought it was a video. It's not. But I was very happy with sticking my head in the water. It was refreshing. It wasn't even that hot, but I just wanted to feel the water, but I also didn't want to take my clothes off. So I thought I'll just stick my head in. Yeah. And then some more butterflies. That was something I didn't expect. The diversity of insects. Very pleased with the insect diversity. This is the bridge that we went down and then came back up from. I was pretending to fall off. Oh my God, I'm falling over the bridge. There I am holding my phone over the bridge, and someone pointed out, Tom, are you sure you want to do that? And then I looked over. It was quite wobbly, quite a wobbly bridge. But I enjoyed this bridge. It was long, it was very high up. So high up, in fact, that decided to play poo sticks on it. Oh, what? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Why didn't the poo sticks video play? Here we go.
Here we are, mega poo sticks in Nepal. 3, 2, 1, drop. Okay, it's good. It's looking good. They're moving slowly.
It's gonna get stuck in that.
Oh no, there's one. There's one coming through. It's going through. It's got stuck.
It's just got stuck.
It's just got stuck. They've all got stuck. It was an unmitigated disaster. Terrible game. Terrible game.
I enjoyed it. I feel like there should be, maybe it's already on there, someone's probably already done it, but like world's greatest poo stick bridges from around the world. I would actively watch that if that was a channel. Or if anyone wants to go travelling with me to find the best poo sticks bridge in the world, I'm game. Yeah, they all got in the water, but there was a lot of other stuff in the water. So they just like rocks and leaves and other sticks. So it was not, it wasn't the bridge's fault, it was the river's fault. But yeah, it was a bit disappointing. Shankar found his guest lodge. That was good. Pitch Channel 5. Yeah, I can see Channel 5, yeah, with Michael Portillo. Yeah, I can see that being an absolute classic. So Paula says Oxford has the poo stick championships. I can believe that, although I happen to know, I don't know if Hannah's still in the chat, but the office where Hannah works actually is next to the poo sticks bridge. I didn't see it when I went down, but it's got the poo sticks bridge. That, like, wow. It's in 100 Acre Wood. Yeah, pretty amazing. Should go to, yeah, maybe we should do a little day trip to Oxford to play poo sticks. Maybe I'll make that a summer challenge. Anyway, there was Shankar's guest house. He found a guest house name on. Oh, we're getting near the end now. I'm a bit sad. There's some water buffalo. Buffalo in the water, doing what they do best. Buffaloing. And here we are. We've got to the end of the water. Oh, I got to the end quite quickly there. I think I skipped a few pictures because it was just road. The walk, it went downhill a lot, uphill a lot. Then did a couple of bridges, then it sort of came to a road, and then it was just like quite a long road to get to this town, which was not the most inspirational footage, so I feel like it wasn't required to be used there. But there is us taking our last step, legs out for the last step, but boots very firmly on. Exactly the same picture? Yeah, great, I just used the same picture twice, well done me. And here we are in the minivan on the way back to Pokhara to rest our weary heads. Here's the dream team at the hotel at the end. Oh, we're getting near the end. Well done on everyone for lasting out this long. We're almost at the end now, I promise. Almost at the end. Here we are having a cheers together, wearing relatively nice clothes for a change, in a very fancy restaurant. Oh, here, just like side notes, we had dinner. And then Raj took us to this amazing loom place, a weaving factory. I got Holly a pashmina, I think. Is that the right word? Anyway, something like that. Very nice. Donations come in. Stop what you're doing, Tom. Read the donation. Holly donated. Thanks, Holly. Paying to entertain. Oh, the pollers. How's that poll doing? Oh, Costa Rica or Mongolia. Interesting. Okay, so this loom, it's run by a local Nepalese charity called Helping Hands, like hands, not like the German name, and they employ people who are hearing impaired, I believe, and they loom and they sell their wares. I think they have a website. I'm sure if you Google Helping Hands Pokhara, you would probably find it. I think they do sell this stuff online. Very good value. For good reason, I guess. But I think I got a little video. Will it play? God's sake, PowerPoint. This is why no one uses you. I just want to hit play on this. It's only a short one, but you know, if you're making the effort of putting a video in something, you should really appreciate it. That's a loom. That's how you make things. That's how you weave. That is professional weaving. Yeah, it's only a short video. I think you'll agree it was worth it. Sorry, I need to sneeze.
Bless you.
Dramatic. Sorry about that. Right. Next picture. Oh god. Okay, so this is... now, is it going to do that thing? So we're now back in Kathmandu. I didn't take any pictures of the flight, but the roads in Kathmandu were so stressful. There are motorbikes everywhere. No one really drives on the correct side of the road at any given point. And it was this stressful in real life. It was like having 3 cameras on you at one point. It's just like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. It's just like, yeah, cool, there's a moving motorbike. Yeah, I'll just drive straight into you. Absolute craziness. You know, this is why you want a highway code. This is, you know, I'm sure there's people out there who are saying, oh, I'm down with the highway code. No, I want it. Terrifying. Yeah, I was in a constant state of stressed anxiety. I think Kyle seemed like quite at ease while walking through the streets. I had like perma sweats on my palms of my hand. Absolutely fine on a cliff edge in a mountain, but you get a moped within 2 feet of me, I'm terrified. That's anyway. Don't care about that. That's another. Maybe if I don't think the mouse reaches. This we're back at the hotel. Here we go. We're back at the hotel. This here. That's sad for it. Let's just stretch my legs out. Back at the hotel, the Chinese ambassador for Nepal was staying there, so, you know, kind of a big deal. But again, this was another night when the heavens opened. Apparently in Kathmandu you can see the Himalayas, but when we were there, that was the sky. Oh yeah, the mouse does work from there. Okay, I'm going to say. So in the evening, we walked past the 52nd best club in the world, 2022, Lord of the Drinks, or LOD. We didn't go in. It was a bit early, but imagine being the 52nd best club in the world. Amazing. We went out for a meal. Had a good time. Great picture there. I think we all clearly posed perfectly for that picture. The guy taking the pictures, I don't really know if he knew how to use my phone. Dora had left us at this point. Dora had stayed an extra night in Pokhara. She had got stranded on an island during a lightning storm and wasn't sure how to get back, and I believe she hitched a ride on a riverboat. It sounded quite scary, actually. But she left us at this point, and Anita was leaving us that evening. She flew out that night. So we're now on our last day in Nepal and Kathmandu, and we went to the place that has a better name than Monkey Temple, but it is a temple with monkeys in it. And here are some of the things that we saw. There's been a donation! It's anonymous! 20 quid! Anonymously! You're donating 20 quid anonymously! That's amazing! Thank you! All these anonymous donations, crazy! Well, I appreciate you. And everything you do for Samaritans. Your donations are greatly appreciated, and I will... Oh! I owe you guys a shared picture of Kyle's new passport photo. I don't know if he's watching. He hasn't given me consent for this, so I assume this isn't like GDPR something or other. But here we go. Oh, yeah, if you're like worried about those sort of things, just look away. Simple as that. Here we go. Here's Kyle. Oh, look at that. That was his pass photo for the mountains. Actual murderer. Yeah. Look at that. There we go. That'll do. I'll bring that. Oh, actually, I might see you tomorrow, Carl, if you're watching. So I'll bring that along, drop it around to your house. Anyway, more pictures. Oh, I've lost the mouse again. There we go. Ah, look at this guy, little monkey climbing over the temple. Oh, what a cheeky little git. They were hilarious. They were funny. There was a lot of monkeys, also a lot of stray dogs there, and they would occasionally like go to war with each other. You would see the sort of like the monkeys like angling round one side, and you see the dogs sort of like getting like both of them as packs, and then you just hear a lot of screaming and barking, and you just look the other way because there's nothing you can do. Here was the Buddhist. Was it Buddhist? It was the Buddhist temple. This is the monkey temple, which has a much better name than that. You're only supposed to walk around temples clockwise. Very important thing, and you can sort of see at the bottom there. There's I don't know if you can see them, but there's those little like spinny things that you like knock and they spin. That's they've got a name as well, but they're not called spinny things. But that's what they do. They're things and they spin. And you should do an entire lap. But you should only ever do it either once or in odd numbers. So you should do it 1, 3, 5, etc. if you're doing laps round. So if you can do one whole lap, but if you do another lap, you should do a third. I can't remember why, and you can't go anti-clockwise because I can't remember why either. But with good reason. As so many things are. Oh, this was a paneer curry I had. Bloody amazing. Just thought I'd let you know that. Paneer curry. Wow, great food. This is a Hindu temple that we went to. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but there was a really annoying guy there who kept coming up saying, "You need a guide. I'm your guide. I do good price," or something like that. I didn't mean that offensively, but it got like a bit much. It was a bit annoying, and then I ended up saying to him like, "No, I don't want." There was like half an hour of him pestering. I was like, "No, I don't want." And he said I was a very rude man, and I thought, I'm okay with that. But a lot of the carvings were highly pornographic, but you don't see them. Oh, stay hydrated, Tom. Stay hydrated. Then as we left, Raj very kindly gave us these gorgeous hemp bags, of which I have and will continue to use. Perfect for travelling with. You know, on a flight, you're like allowed to bring a small bag and a big one. I now understand why women have handbags. So practical. So I had my carry-on, and then this, which had in it, like my phone and my headphones and a book, and you know all of this stuff. Great. I get it now. I get it. And then we got our plane home, and that was the end. This is Kyle flying the plane. It was great. We actually. We actually splashed an extra 70 quid on the flight because it was the giant Airbus, and we could get the seats upstairs if we paid an extra 70 quid. And I was like, oh, should we do it? So we just thought, you know what, you get a little bit of extra leg room, a little bit of extra, stomach room for the width. So we thought we'd treat ourselves. Anyway, it was twin seating, so 2 seats rather than 3 upstairs. And alongside us, so I had the window seat, and alongside me had this amazing, and I've never seen anything like this on a plane before, had this little cubby hole. Push the lid down, and all of the stuff that you'd usually have on top, you can just have next to you. It was genius. I was like, this is brilliant. So I was like, oh, cool, I just need, a bottle of water. Just close it down again. Brilliant. Ah, yes, there was one more thing. I did promise a near-death experience. Here comes the near-death experience. The flight that we got out of Kathmandu on the way to Dubai to get on that glorious plane flew into a bird strike. What that meant is the engine caught on fire and the plane plummeted. I found a YouTube video of it. This is our plane on fire. There we go. Oh, I can't use the mouse. That noise is unrelated to that. That's not. It didn't crash, but it was. It was near death. Hi Izzy, hi Santa. Oh, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So we're on this plane, and Kyle, the git, got his seat upgraded because he looked a bit taller than me. We're basically the same height. So he got the emergency exit seat. I got the one in front, which didn't recline because of the emergency exit. So I was really happy about that. So it was only a 4.5-hour flight. As we took off, it took ages to take off. They were taking ages, and we were just like, it's fine. Turns out, probably birds on the runway. Plane takes off. Suddenly, the lights go out, a huge bang, and the plane drops by about, I don't know, it felt like about 2 feet, like just like a woof, like that. And yeah, so you sort of cling on to the seats like, what is happening? And there was no announcement, and the seatbelt sign was still on, and we're like, that's weird. It's probably nothing. It's fine. And then it happened again. And then there were these really bright lights coming out of the window, and Kyle, who was at the emergency exit, which also overlooks the wing, confirmed that yes, there was fire coming out of the engine. And then this happened quite a few times where the plane stalled, dropped, and then seemingly everything was fine. And it was happening about every 15 seconds for about 3 minutes. And it was terrifying, and the woman next to me, who I didn't know because Kyle abandoned me, we were saying to each other, we are going to be all right. And I was sort of trying to work out how to write my messages to Holly and Mum and various people to say, like, you abandoned me. No, say, oh God, this is like, avenge my death. And this went on for about an hour and a half. We were circling Kathmandu. On the ground, they cleared the entire airport and brought on all the emergency vehicles onto the runway to prepare for a crash landing. And then about another hour later, the pilot just said, sorry about that, we had a little bit of a bird strike. That's when some birds fly into the engine, because they always do the afterwards. We've tested the engines now. They've done like their auto put the fire out thing that apparently engines do. It seems to be working again. We're about 3 hours from Dubai. So I think there was like a collective sigh of relief. Like you could feel the plane sort of go, ugh, when he said that everything was fine. And we landed 11 minutes late into Dubai. So considering we apparently only had one properly working engine, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was terrifying, actually. And yes, Izzy, I am so tall. Holy cheese and crackers. That's terrifying. Cheese and crackers was right. And they didn't even offer cheese or crackers on the flight because, they were too busy trying to stay alive. Yes. The food on Fly Dubai, I would far from recommend. Possibly the worst aeroplane food I've ever had. And I had aeroplane food in the 90s. So it's bad. As opposed to, I can't remember who we flew with the other, maybe Qatar or the other one, Emirates. One of the airlines from that neck of the woods. Delicious food. Absolutely phenomenal. Would eat again. I would eat that if it was available at home. Very good. Do I press a button? No, I have to use the mouse this time. Bloody PowerPoint. This is why no one likes you, Microsoft. There we go! I finished! Good job, everybody! Yes! Woo! Well done. Thank you, everybody. Oh my god, 270 quid. You absolute nutters. Thank you very much to everyone who donated and above and beyond. I honestly am slightly in awe and shocked by the generosity of everyone. Let's do a quick shout out. Thank you again to Anonymous, Holly, Anonymous, Dora, Hannah. This is from Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Moodtastic, another Anonymous. Fenton, appreciate you, mate. Michael, thank you very much. Here for the passport photo reveal. You got it. Sophie, thank you very much. Mimi, Lewis, Steph, Indy, Nikki, Lee, and Clan. It's better be good, they say. Yeah, I'll get you. Holly, a second time. Cheers, babes. Jim, the guy in the know, and my mum Sue, and myself, because I donated anonymously. Only the once, though. The other ones, I don't know who they are. Find out later. They'll DM everyone I know. A huge thank you for tuning in, keeping me company, and admiring all of my pictures. These are now probably immediately available on YouTube because I streamed it there as well. And people use that still, right? Cool. All right. Have a lovely breakfast and dinner, depending on what neck of the world you're in. And I'll probably do another one of these in like a year. Where am I going next? Let's have a look at the poll. Forgot to look at the poll. Mongolia or Costa Rica? That's alright, I can do one of those two. Excellent. Learn to ride a horse, maybe. Awesome. Alright, let's press the end stream. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay hydrated.